Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel for the first and only probably ever Eric talks about a bunch of random crap. So I want to talk to you guys today about the recent Nikon ZFc announcement. Now, I haven't had my hands on it. I'm not in that position. I'm not like DP Review. But I do have a thought about that I want to share with you guys. I also want to talk to you about what's coming up for this channel over the next 3 months. It's kind of a pivot point, something I was looking forward to, explain some gear decisions, and talk about what I'm going to be doing over the next week or so. So, without further ado, I don't want people to say that, it's a French word I believe, right? Without further ado, let's get into the Nikon ZFc. In some ways I'm excited, and in some ways, this is more the point, I think the ZFc is a big opportunity missed. So why am I excited? First of all, I think it's really cool that Nikon picked up the retro side of things. To just go make generic cameras, especially APS-C cameras, Fuji owns that market. You're getting waxed. Even Sony, like, they do a good job, but Canon's basically nowhere to be found. It just doesn't make sense. And I think it's really fantastic that they kind of dug into their history and their past to grab their vintage film camera look and use that. I think that's really awesome. I think they're grabbing onto what a lot of Fuji's got going on there. I think that's really, really cool. So I actually applaud them for that. However, I think it's a huge miss, and here's the reason why, and this is just some parting thoughts for you guys. I think it's a huge miss because, well, one, they made an APS-C sensor camera. Their APS-C lens lineup is basically non-existent, which means you're stuck adapting full-frame glass to this for the most part. And that kind of ruins the aesthetic of the camera, and it makes it big. So unless you're planning to use it like that was the 16-50 kit lens or whatever the longer telephoto zoom is, it doesn't make a lot of sense. However, and I am excited for this because it is for full frame. However, they did make that 28 f2.8. As you guys know, I'm a 50-28 guy at this time making this video, and I can see myself mounting it to this camera, the Nikon Z5. So I'm excited for that. I've watched some reviews. I haven't seen images off of it yet. It's cheap, so it makes me wonder if it's any good. But it's small. And so if you're going to get the ZFc plus that 28, I think that's a really, really cool combination. But outside of that, it's not a legitimate, it's kind of a travel camera, if you will. And it doesn't beat Fuji in almost every way. I don't know, the lens lineup for Fuji is more flushed out. I don't know why they went that route, unless they've got plans to go this whole DX mode, crop mode lenses that are small and compact. In my opinion, they should have released this camera in combination with, to show their strategy, like the 28, which they did, a 35 or 40 prime, and a 50 prime, a smaller pancake prime that's meant for DX. Maybe a zoom lens, I don't know, but to show some interest in the crop sensor game. That's one way they could have done this. I don't think the camera has IBIS. I've watched some reviews. I didn't see mention of IBIS, so I think it's a miss on that aspect from vlogging. Although they do have some good internal VR for their lenses and electronic stabilization, so maybe that's okay. I haven't used it. Again, I don't know. I'll reserve judgment on that. But what they could have done, and what they should have done, is put a full-frame sensor in it. Because nobody's really doing the retro camera full-frame sensor thing like that. They could have attacked the market from that angle, and I think that would have been a win. In fact, if you look at the spec build-out of a camera, I don't think the sensor is the biggest component in cost. And if you put the Z5, this sensor into it, not even the latest and greatest BSI sensors, I think it's a huge win. I think they do a good job, and maybe charge $100 more or whatever it costs, I don't know. But if you're already buying Z5 sensors, just put those in there. It's already in the Z mount. It just makes a lot more sense, especially since that 28 f2.8 lens is already a full frame lens. I don't know why they didn't do that. And to me, that's a huge missed opportunity for them to differentiate themselves. Instead, they're going after Fuji. And I think where they're at today, it's a loss. It's a loss. And it's not a D500 replacement. It's not a sports shooting. It's a cool looking camera. And that says a lot. But for the same money almost, why wouldn't you pick up a Z5? I don't know. So that was my thoughts on the Nikon ZFc. I still think it's a cool camera. If you're into that like travel, I think if you get it, but think hard about, would you rather have a Z5, bigger camera? Do you want to put full frame lenses on there? You know, I don't know if they have a roadmap out that talks about that, but anyways, there's that. Second thing I want to talk to you guys about today, just off the cuff, is I did some gas videos. The last couple of videos were gas related, right? I guess as I'm doing this, I'll talk about this. Got it packaged open. Gas videos. Now, you guys think, oh, I suffer from gas. But what I've really done is been just kind of tweaking my kit. Let me tell you why. I haven't been buying, selling a bunch of new stuff. I did have a little spurt of gas I didn't put on camera. But what I've been doing is kind of tuning my kit down to go cheaper. So I took the Leica M240 and I sold it. I bought the Leica M8. Why? Because I like the Leica rangefinder experience. That's what I'm into. This is cool. I think this is awesome. And I freed up $1,000 in the process of doing that. Plus, I like the fact that this is a CCD sensor and that the black and whites look really good. All that. So even though I had gas, I just went down and put some money back in my pocket. Same with this Nikon Z5. I'm selling or sold the Lumix S5. Technically the S5 is a better camera, but for me and what I do and what I need it for, I didn't need a $2,000 kit. I could have gone with a $1,000 kit. Or in this case it was I think like $1,300. So I put $600-700 back in my pocket. I like what Nikon's got going on with their glass right now. I think that their marketing strategy, as I just talked to earlier, is a little jacked up. They need to figure some things out. But I like it. I think the autofocus is better. I can't see, hopefully it's not letting me down in this video. So I put money back in my pocket. I'm paying for plane tickets to Hawaii. You guys might think I'm suffering from gas, but in reality, I'm just tuning my kit. And this right here is another example of that. This is a new lens I picked up for my Leica M8. This is the, it's a cheap one, right? Voigtlander 40mm f1.4 Nokton Classic. I think this is the single-coated version because the single-coated version I think is better for black and white. So I want to try that. And I sold the 28mm f2 Ultron because 28mm on this M8 is like 37mm, not a focal length I like to shoot at. 40 is 53mm on a 1.33 APS-H sensor, and 50mm is something I'm more comfortable with on a day in, day out basis. So I guess that brings me to the next point is, as I'm unboxing this, the next week I'm going to shoot nothing but with the Leica M8 and this 40mm Nokton Classic. To be fair, I never really gave Leica a true chance to be my only camera. You have to reprogram your brain when you're shooting rangefinder. How you shoot, zone focusing, all that different stuff. I didn't really do that. And so I'm going up north tomorrow. I'll be up there for a week and I'm shooting the entire weekend, 4th of July weekend, on this combination right here. With one exception, I'm going to try some astro if it's clear out, and I might use my Nikon ZFc to do some astro. So, you know, that'd be cool. So there's that. As far as what's coming up this channel, you guys can expect me to do a review on this lens and in this combination. My gosh, this is so small. This is gorgeous. Wow. Okay. See, this is cool. I geek out on this small stuff. Yeah, but what you can expect from me is I'm going up north, so I'm going to be using this. I'll be talking about this lens with the Leica M8. I'm going to leave the IR cut filter off of it, so any images you see shot in RAW, it is what it is. But then shortly after that, 2 weeks later, I'm heading to Denver. Going to be shooting hopefully a little bit of mountain stuff up there, bring you guys along for that vlog. And then 2 weeks after that, I'm going to the UP of Michigan. Hopefully shoot some waterfalls. I'll bring you guys along for that. And then a little after that, we're going to be going on some more camping trips. And then after that, we're going to be going to Hawaii. Barring any weird COVID stuff that happens or whatever, that's what's going to be happening in this channel. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because I expect to see a major slowdown in gear stuff from me. You know, unless for some reason I decide that this just isn't what I want and I get rid of it, or I decide this is everything I want and I don't need this. I don't know. But you're not going to see me add much more gear to my kit, if at all. And it's going to be a little bit more on the photography side of things. So I want to get that out in front of you guys and kind of let you know where I'm at with everything. Talk about the Nikon ZFc. And also let you guys know that I'm trying this thing out right here. Pretty pumped for it. Yeah, this is the SC, single coated. So I think this is the one that's supposed to be a little bit better for black and white. Cool. All right, guys. That's it for today. I will see you guys probably in a week or so, and I'll be talking about this experience shooting the M8 with the Nokton 40mm, or I'm sorry, Voigtlander 40mm Nokton Classic f1.4. So, yep, have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. If I don't talk to you before then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.